Deli edition.
Yo, Knicks fans, welcome back to Knicks Deli, baby. Every take here is toasted, the vibes are spicy, every breakdown comes with a side of attitude and authenticity. You feel me? You already know what it is. But what I want to do today, I want to take this thing back. Let's take this thing back to last summer. The Knicks shook the NBA tree, and we made a few bold moves. Julius and Dante traded. Karl-Anthony Towns walked into MSG with big expectations. We lost iHeart. He packed his bags for OKC, and yeah, that man got a ring. But if we fast forward to the end of the 2024-2025 season, what did we get? A deep playoff run, yes. Eastern Conference Finals, yes. Blood, sweat, and Jalen Brunson buckets. But when it mattered the most, we ran out of flavor, baby. Too much bacon, not enough egg and cheese. So now, we've reloaded the deli. Clarkson brings that microwave heat. Yabusele adds muscle and sauce. Mike Brown is running the kitchen now. And we got rookies Peyton Diawara, who are future secret ingredients. You already know how we break it down here at Knicks Deli. So we're going to talk about who's the bacon, egg, and the cheese that carried us. We're going to also talk about who's the dollar slice, the reliable and steady one. Then we're going to see who's the chopped cheese that shocked everybody. And lastly, who's the quarter water with that sneaky impact. This ain't just off-season talk, it's deli gospel. The 2026 Knicks are serving up something special here. MSG is about to smell like victory sandwiches. So hit that like button, toast that subscribe button, and let's chop it up right now because Knicks Deli, baby, is open and business is booming. So let's cook. It was a season filled with heat, heart, and heartbreak. The 2024-2025 New York Knicks had the city buzzing again. Jalen Brunson, steely brilliance. OG Anunoby locking up superstars like they stole from him. The Villanova core, straight family business. The Garden, loud as a lunch rush in Flatbush. And after the trade with Karl-Anthony Towns to the deli counter, and we shipping out Julius and Dante right before the start of the season, the New York Knicks were all in. Let's call it for what it is. We were hungry for more than just the playoff participation. Unfortunately, in the end, the Knicks ran out of gas, and we ran out of options in the Eastern Conference Finals. We finally got bounced by the Indiana Pacers. But it wasn't shameful. It wasn't satisfying either. iHeart, who we loved as a fan base, he was our glue guy, he was our toughness. He bounced off to OKC before the season, a little bit salt under the wound. The man ended up winning the trophy in OKC. Outcome aside, the city was still proud of our team, but we weren't full. We weren't satisfied. So what did the New York front office do? What did those chefs do? They went to the back of the kitchen here. They changed the head chef. They restocked the pantry and they upgraded the appliances. They added Clarkson, Yabusele. They drafted Pate and Diawara. They hired Mike Brown to stir the sauce now. And now they're one final roster spot away from having a 5-star deli menu ready to serve hot all season. We're going to break that down. We're going to talk about first, what are the biggest weaknesses that spoiled the Knicks playoff banquet? How did we reload to get just the right ingredients? Yes, it's a lot of deli metaphors today. So what was the first weakness? The first weakness was we had bacon, but not enough egg and cheese. You can't win in New York with a one-item sandwich. Jalen Brunson for us gave us the bacon. The man was crispy, he was consistent, he was sizzling, especially in crunch time. But without the egg and the cheese, what do you got? You ain't got a full meal. Julius Randle was gone in the trade. And while Towns throughout the season, he offered spacing and skill, he often disappeared when the grill got hot in the playoffs. There was no other reliable ball handler or microwave scorer once teams doubled Brunson. Or the rest of the squad, it was mostly JB to cook. So the way we fixed that was the Knicks added Jordan Clarkson. who can absolutely be the egg in that sandwich. Slippery, creative, and able to scramble any defense. He's a professional scorer. He's not afraid of the moment. And he's perfect for when Brunson sits or needs help getting buckets. The cheese, that's probably going to be McCall Bridges, moving into a more assertive offensive role in Mike Brown's system. Bridges has shown that he can drop 20 plus when needed, and Brown's ball movement system will get him cleaner looks than Tibbs ever did. But I talked about Dink Pate. He's more of a long-term project, but he's also a future ingredient. Maybe the avocado or hot sauce that gives the BEC an extra kick. So for this offseason move, the grade that we give for this fix, we give it an A-. Clarkson as the egg, Bridges is the cheese, Brunson is still that bacon. You can finally serve this with confidence. Ring it up. The second weakness we have is that the dollar slice was cold and stale. What was the problem, Shea? The Knicks offense under Tom Thibodeau was solid, like a dollar slice at 2 a.m. It was reliable, but it was uninspiring. But when the playoffs demanded a little extra flavor, the Knicks had no oregano. We had no crushed red pepper. We had no creative sauce. It was ISO heavy, slow, it was predictable. Once the Pacers figured out Brunson's patterns, there was no wrinkle to counter. The Knicks didn't lose because we weren't tough. We lost because we were too stiff. So the fix that Leon came up with, they tossed out the crusty old cookbook. Sorry, Tibbs. They hired Brown, a chef who knows how to blend savory offense with defensive spice. You know, they built that fluid, fun, high-octane attack in Sacramento. That's exactly what this Knicks team needed. With scorers like Brunson, Clarkson, Towns, Bridges, this offense has the potential to be gourmet, not gas station. In this new system, someone like Karl-Anthony Towns could become the dollar slice, which is the stabilizing force. He won't need to be a go-to alpha, but if he can be a steady 18 and 10 guy with elite spacing, he's the slice that holds everything together. So for this offseason move, the grade for this fix is an A. The pizza's hot again. Brown's system will make Towns taste better.
You better hide your baby oil.
Pause. The Knicks aren't chewing, we're cooking. What was weakness number 3? The chopped cheese wasn't on the menu. New York runs on unexpected contributions. That's what the chopped cheese symbolizes, a wild card, a flavor bomb, a street legend that's newer to outsiders, but essential to the culture. And the 2025 Knicks lacked a true surprise weapon. Early season trades left us thin. Once Hartenstein left, there were no true bigs who could pass, stretch the floor, or even defend. So we were forced to play small too often with Josh Hart, bless his hustle. He was playing power forward like he was auditioning for a Marvel movie. So the fix we did, we went and got Yabusele. That gives us a body of versatility that we lacked. He's strong, he's skilled, he defends multiple spots, he knocks down corner threes. He's also a sneaky good passer. In other words, he's chopped cheese, underappreciated, but filling a major gap. But then we got Diawara, 6'10" French forward, chopped cheese in the making. You don't know him 100% yet, but he's got flavor. He's rangy, he plays with a motor, and he might surprise us fans by carving out a role quicker than anybody expects. So for this offseason move, the grade that we give is a B+. Yabusele is meat and bread. Diawara's potential is keeping this move from being basic. It's not flash, but it's real. And then we got the quarter water, who adds a little bit extra for us. Because the question is, sometimes all you need is that small pop. Someone who can give you 5 minutes of chaos, a key steal, or an unexpected 3. That's your quarter water. Something cheap, something quick, and nostalgic, but impactful. And the Knicks need to fill that final roster spot. So there are 3 names that are right now on the shelf. You already saw I made videos on Ben Simmons. He could be the ultimate quarter water. Maybe flat, maybe legendary, but the defensive IQ, rebounding, and size is still intrigue. In Brown's system, low pressure expectations, Simmons could actually be free to just hoop. Next option you got is Russell Westbrook. All fizz, all heart. He brings that purple quarter water energy. Loud, wild, a bit messy, but fun. He's not who he was, but on the second unit with Clarkson, he could cook defenses in spurts. Then a lot of people are calling for Shamet. Shamet is like a cold orange quarter water. He's consistent, he's low calorie, he's sneaky refreshing, and he could shoot, space the floor, and he doesn't ask for much. Nevertheless, if it's a final roster spot, if it's Simmons, he gets an A-. You gamble, but if it hits, it hits. If it's Westbrook, we get a B. Energy infusion, the space may suffer though. If it's Shamet, you get a B-. Safe. All right, so let's hit up the last final bite. Knicks Deli is open for business, baby. Last year's playoff run showed us that the Knicks were close. But still, there's a few ingredients short of a full meal that we have to add. This offseason, we didn't just restock. We reimagined what the menu looks like. So let me sum it up for you. The bacon, egg, and cheese finally has all three components to that sandwich. The slice is hot and stable and made to order now. And then there's the chopped cheese on the bench, ready to surprise. And depending on who gets that last spot, the quarter water might just be the missing refreshment when the garden gets hot. So New York basketball is flavorful again, thanks to Knicks Deli, baby. Okay? And this time, it's not just about grit and grind. It's going to be about taste. It's going to be about depth. It's going to be about chemistry. The deli is back, baby. And it smells like victory sandwiches are coming soon here at Knicks Deli. So my grade for the final off-season grade is an A+. Okay? The 2026 season is about to serve some things up. All right? Keep this in mind. The same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there is no struggle, there's no progress. You got to be strategic. You got to handle your weaknesses. You got to look at what you did well, and you got to build on that as well. All right? Keep this in mind. Once again, same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there's no struggle, there's no progress. But also remember this, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here at Knicks Deli,
everybody eats.
I'm your boy Sheer, and I'm out. Peace.